Greetings. I'm Mary Ripley. I'm here with my granddaughter, Jessica Koyman. We're at our summer place on Puget Sound in the state of Washington. And we send greetings to all of you wonderful delegates in Singapore who are there to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the United Nations Year of the Volunteer. We've been asked to tell you a little bit about the history of IAVE, the International Association for Volunteer Effort. We are so happy to have this opportunity to talk with you, and Jessica will be telling you about the youth movement. But how did we get started? In 1969, a wonderful woman, Eleanor Wasson, who was the director of volunteers at the University of California in Los Angeles. She was one of the first paid directors. She was asked in that capacity to go to a conference in Spain to celebrate volunteers from around the world who were working in the cancer field. She came home from that conference very inspired and called a group of us together, and I was privileged to be asked to be the president of the group. Eleanor Wasson was a wonderful woman, and unfortunately she passed away a few months ago, just after her 100th birthday. We are very grateful to her for the contribution that she has made to our organization. Well, when the group met, we had to think in terms of how we were going to get our delegates. We wanted to have volunteers who came from all different fields. So we had a friend who was in the State Department and was retired and helped us to be put in touch with the missions in the United States embassies around the world. And those missions issued the invitation to come to a conference in Los Angeles in 1970. We had an incredible group of people who were able to accept our invitation. They came from Afghanistan, from Thailand, from Japan, from China, actually Hong Kong at that time, the Philippines, Australia, Egypt, Israel, Ethiopia, many other countries, and of course all the European countries. And we had altogether about 40 delegates. Our goal was to build bridges of understanding through volunteerism. And we had as our sort of logo, you might say, a beautiful portrait of people walking across a bridge in different costumes from their countries, holding hands. And in this way we were showing that volunteerism can be spread through friendship, through international friendship. After the conference was over in 1970, we set as a goal that we would meet every 2 years. And that goal has been met. And some of the wonderful things that have happened have been the International Year of the Volunteers that was set up by the United Nations. And one of the most special things that happened was the development of the youth movement. And I'd like to ask Jessica, my granddaughter, to tell you about her experience when she attended a biennial conference in Buenos Aires. Jessica?
Thank you. Well, it was really wonderful to be at that conference. We had approximately 8 countries represented in the youth meeting, and it was just so exciting to be in a room with other youth that had the same passion to make a real difference in their countries through volunteerism, and to share the different needs that our countries had and the different ways that we could brainstorm together to make a real difference in our countries. It was just exciting to have a common passion and a common goal with so many youth from different countries. One of our goals in Buenos Aires was to establish the youth program as a permanent part of IAVE, and that has been accomplished. And my understanding is that the youth have gone on to meet in many different places throughout the world, including recently a very large gathering in Japan. So I am just so excited to continue to watch what the youth movement does as part of IAVE, and the real difference that they can make in their individual countries.
That's wonderful to hear. You know, one of the things that's magic about this whole movement is its continuation. We were fortunate that with those first people who met in 1970 if you can believe it, still there are several of them who are in touch with the organization. One of them, Olga Pisano from Colombia, was our first international president. And one of the great phenomena of this movement is that in the beginning it was all women. And now we are so fortunate to have Dr. Lee as the international president. Dr. Lee is an old friend of mine. We worked together for many years. But to have also the large corporate involvement in IAVE, and to have men of all walks of life participating with us. So it is no longer a women's movement as it once was. It is a joint movement with the mutual goal of building peace through voluntarism. So thank you very much, and we wish you all kinds of luck with your conference.
Thank you.